How's everybody doing today? A glorious day in paradise. All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Sean Miller, soccer betting genius. Bet with the genius. Went out and got a G on my chain for the genius, right? Got some early scores in, and Otto Den Haag 2-1. That's right, over 2.5 goals. Otto Den Haag money line win at plus money. Otto Den Haag plus one or one and over 1.5 goals. Early game. This Southampton. Now I'm currently watching the Nottingham Forest Sheffield United game because I don't really care about Liverpool, to be honest. As soon as I saw that lineup, why should I care? If he doesn't care about winning the title, why should I care? It's crazy. I don't know. It is what it is. They have bigger fish to fry. They're probably not going to win the title anyway, but, at least try to make an effort, man. That's crazy. You let yourself... you open yourself up to some criticism, man, if this goes sideways in the Champions League final. The final game is Saturday, and then the Champions League final is a week later. I mean, you got to – I know Van Dijk and Salah were out, but, you don't have to start your C team. A little crazy to me, but, it is what it is. He's the genius, I guess, right? Remember, like, subscribe, ring that bell. Max Wagers Network, 6 hours of great info. Be sure to follow all the Max Wagers Network all day, midday money. My man Sean Higgs. Noon Eastern, Morning Wood, Ali Burns, 1-2. Just Parlays with Chris King, 2-3. Back to the window with Scott and Scott, 3-4. 4 o'clock, it's me. Then 5, Game Time Decisions with Nick, Tim, and Lenny now. We're going to have a Formula One show. I believe we're going to probably do it again Thursday. There's a race this weekend. And the Thursday ends up working out because, it's before the practice kicks off. And it's before the obviously the qualifying on the Saturday and the race on Sunday. So, I think it ends up working out pretty well. So Liverpool is still 1-1 with Southampton. In the 59th minute, this Nottingham Forest Sheffield United game is 1-1. Remember, it was Nottingham Forest is 3-2 on aggregate right now. I remember, both teams' scores a pretty good play. I thought I took Nottingham Forest over 1.5. So if Forest scores again, no matter what happens, you're going to win that bet. Didn't really like that Liverpool game. They may end up winning, but I think they're just trying to, I think almost conceding the title at this point. I mean, it's not over. Look, even if they draw here, it still goes down to the last day, but, maybe they'll find a way to win. Who knows? We got some offers again. Caesar Sportsbook promotion, $1,100 first bet insurance. Make sure you're on there. Place a first-time wager up to $1,100. Get it back in the form of free bet. If you lose, you must use our promo code ATSWINSCZR. Links are in the show box below. Remember, I am on Friday nights at midnight, and you can find me on Saturday mornings as well. So, left a comment here in the box. Interesting score lines. There's some kind of interesting show for you today. I think tomorrow night there's some MLS games. May end up saving that for tomorrow. We could look at it if you really want to today. There's one game I like but might save that for tomorrow's show because we may have a special guest coming on. Trying to figure out if it's going to be for today or tomorrow or for Wednesday or Thursday. But stay tuned for that. But there are some Copa Libertadores games tonight. I believe there's some Sudamericana games as well. Let me just check that. Yeah, there are. There's a few. There's more than a few. There's 7. So there's some decent amount of games tonight. I think we're going to look at here. We'll go through them. Maybe hopefully Foxy comes in and gives us some of his plays for that tournament. But right away, I just wanted to look at the big game of the day tomorrow. And that is Eintracht Frankfurt and Rangers. In the Europa League final. I've been to a Europa League final. I was there in Dublin in 2011. When Braga played Porto, Falcao scored, I think, in the 8th minute, and that was it. But it was pretty cool with all the Portuguese fans in that town. I was supposed to go to the 2017 one in Stockholm. I just didn't. I ended up selling my tickets for like $900. So I figured I'll watch it at home. Manchester United ended up winning the title, which is cool. So it would have been cool to be in Stockholm, but money. So close this down a little bit. All right. So Eintracht Frankfurt right now plus 135, draw is plus 235, and the Rangers are plus 210. Total goals over under, you see 1.5. It's probably going to go over that. Over 2.5 is minus 105. The thing about this game, hey Christian, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking in. When you look at the Rangers Frankfurt head-to-head, it's just filled with goals. 2-2, 1-1, 2-0. No last games here. 3-1, 4-1, 3-1, 1-1. 2-2. You see these goals. They're like sieves in these games. Eintracht Frankfurt has beaten some pretty good teams to get to the final. They beat Barcelona, which was impressive enough in Barcelona, and they knocked off West Ham here. I think that's probably why they're the favorites. They haven't played very well in Germany. They're down the table, but in this tournament they've been very good. But so has Rangers. I think there's going to be some goals in this game. Right away, you look at those numbers, and these teams couldn't keep a clean sheet if they had 22 defenders on the pitch, right? So, to me, when you look at this total goals over under 2.5, you got to be targeting that over 2.5 right now. I know it's a final, and sometimes games don't play out like that in finals, but, these teams are what they are, and they both a little bit lax defensively, and they both like to attack. So I think, over 2.5 would be a decent play in this game here. When you look at the Asian handicap, on the pick line, Rangers are plus 120. Eintracht Frankfurt minus 150. For me, look, I've gone back and forth with this. I've tried to make a case for both. I think, obviously, Frankfurt plays in a better league, and they've had a pretty tough run to get to the final. They haven't been very good in their league. Rangers, obviously won the title last year. That's why they're in this tournament, and then finished second this year. I keep coming back to I think Rangers are going to do something here. Whether you like the pick at plus 120, maybe the game goes to extra time. See if they have to lift the cup. Nope. I may actually take a shot here. If you can find Rangers, see, they keep saying plus one. I would actually maybe take a shot on Rangers minus one, see what kind of odds you get. You're probably not going to get great odds, or you probably are going to get great odds. Minus one, you probably get maybe plus 500, plus 600. But for me, I think the pick line for Rangers plus 120. Take a shot on the money line. Why Rangers? Well, it's a final. A lot of this is feel. You see their form. These guys, they're going to have some players injured. I think Indica will come back. They're going to be missing some players. You see here, Morelos is out, which could be a huge loss, obviously. Some players out and players doubtful. This is the only thing here that scares me a little bit. When the odds are plus 210, the expected chance of winning is 32%, but the team actually wins 14% of these matches. Excuse me. Allergies. Eintracht Frankfurt, 5 out of 7, first to concede. Both teams don't have a lot of cards. 6 out of 7, 5 out of 6. Cards are on here. You have to switch to here. When you look at the cards, under 4.5 is minus 115. It's a pretty decent play right there. I mean, both of them don't, they don't foul a lot. So that's an interesting way to play it. I think you could take a chance on that. My play on the game is to take Rangers. I see the odds are basically the same here. Asian line. I mean, you could even take it plus 0.25 there. I'm almost take a chance on the pick and plus 125. So basically the same. But there's some different ways to play it. Right here. Eintracht Frankfurt over 1.5. Not my favorite, Rangers over 1.5. I think they're both going to score. Minus 139. I think they both score. I know it's a final. I know they're cagey sometimes. I actually think this one is going to be a little bit different. I think there's going to be some goals in this. Both these teams are really. Nobody thought no one thought this would be the final. Nobody. From when the draw at the 32 was done to the draw at the 16 was done to the draw at the quarters was done and then semis. And then there's nobody thought this would be the final. These two teams are playing. Here's to win the trophy, by the way, minus 148 and Rangers plus 120. Nobody thought they would be in this game. I think they go for it. They got a chance. Rangers were last in the final in 2008, and they ended up losing 2-1 to Zenit, I believe. I know they lost to Zenit. I forget what the score was. I think it was 2-1. But I think they're both going to go for it. I think they're going to score some goals. So that would be my play on this. All right. let's go back here. And look at some of the games tomorrow. Not a lot of games tomorrow other than in the Copa Libertadores and Copa Sudamericana. We will get to that next. I wanted to look at a couple of these MLS games. The first game I'll look at right away is this Philadelphia Union Inter Miami FC game. Philadelphia Union minus 240, draw plus 365, Inter Miami plus 700. Philadelphia's got 20 points right now. They're tied for first in the table. They're in third, actually, on goal difference with a +7 goal difference. Miami is 13th with a -10 goal difference. They've allowed 21 goals in 11 games. That's a lot. Philly scores some goals. The problem I have with that is when you look at, this Asian handicap -1.5, I like that for the Philadelphia Union at +120. I think they win maybe 2-0, 3-0. Let me switch over to here and show you what the odds are here, because I'll show you a different way to bet it. When you go and you look at the full time and you say over 1.5 goals by the Union, -182. That's probably telling me they're going to score some goals. That's pretty high, right? Remember, some of these over 1.5s are around even money. The problem is over 2.5 is +185. To me, that's telling me they're probably going to score 2. Obviously, they don't know what it's going to be, but to lay 2.5 there to me is pretty tough. I would much rather maybe lay, and that's the problem with the total goals here at -134 for over 2.5. What happens, if Inter Miami doesn't score, which they've been pretty bad this year, so if they don't score here, you're relying on the Union to score 3 goals. If you're going to do that, you might as well take them at over 2.5 themselves instead of trying to get the thing. So I don't love the over-under total on this game. I like the Union to win the game, maybe 2-0, something like that. Inter Miami is just not very good, to be honest. And the Union before last year had dominated. Last year, you see here, Inter Miami took 4 points from 6. So, but in 2020, Philly won all 3 games. I just, I talked to some of the MLS guys, and that's the kind of the one game I liked. The other game I think is early. You see some of these, it's all tomorrow night. I don't have a lot of great odds on some of these games. Remember, Austin FC was one team. They're playing LAFC, so that's why they're +475. That Kaepernick usually likes. That game there at night, San Jose and Portland. You see decent odds for San Jose, but it's another bad game though. The other one maybe is this game here, the Red Bulls and the Chicago Fire. The Fire are not playing well right now. They are currently, Red Bulls are 5th, 19 points, a point back. The top of the table is pretty. Montreal's got 20. They've only, they have 20 points. Orlando City's got 20. Philadelphia's got 20. Cincinnati's got 19. Red Bull's got 19. Chicago has 10 points. They have 2 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses. The Red Bulls are 5-4-2, so almost the opposite. The Red Bulls score a lot of goals. 5-4. The Red Bulls have only allowed 9 goals, whereas Chicago has only scored 8. So to me, when you start looking at this game, I don't know about the under. That game is still 1-1, by the way. Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United. When you start looking at both teams to score. You don't usually see this. That's pretty low. Usually both teams to score is a lot, minus money. I mean, to see plus money, it's just telling me it's probably going to be a low scoring game, maybe 1-0. Asian line -1. Really, you're just taking a chance here at -1. Red Bulls at home. Minus 0.75 is -152. This is a game where I would probably maybe parlay Red Bulls -1 with the Union -1.5. And if the Red Bulls push, you get the Union, and the Union win, you cover. I don't know. You could take it at -152 at the 0.75, but if they win by 1 goal, you're not winning your whole parlay anyway. So, maybe it's almost, to be honest, if you're going to parlay, maybe you go like this. Maybe you parlay that and then take a chance on the Union -1, and you get a plus 163 parlay. If you want to go 1.5 and hope they win, now it's at plus 253. So a little bit different way. I mean, you could really, and then let me just show you the money line. The money line on the 2 would be plus 119, which is still plus money. So you could take the Union minus 230 and still get plus money on those 2 parlays, on the 2 money line parlays, plus 119. It just depends on what you're more comfortable with. Just having them win the game at home against bad. It's 2 decent teams that are right near the top of the table playing 2 bad teams that are at the bottom of the table that are favorites at home. So you can pick them different ways. I'll show you plus 119, plus 219, plus 253. It's just a matter of what you're more comfortable with. The money line, if they both win. Oh, look, if they draw or lose, you lose the parlay either way, right? So either way you do it. So it's just a matter. Sometimes I get mad at myself because I'll put a -1 parlay in the team in the Asian handicap. I usually don't do -1 straight handicaps because if they win by 1, you lose, right? So I usually don't do that. I'll do the Asian handicap and give away a little bit of value. But at least I'll push if they win the game by 1 goal. So just a different way to kind of do it. All right. Wanted to look at these games. Tonight. So you got Copa. We'll talk about We'll talk a little bit more about the MLS tomorrow. The games are tomorrow night, so it's after the show. I just wanted to kind of show you those 2 because obviously those odds will change a little bit when the lineups come out. So if you jump on it early, maybe you get better value. There's some interesting games tonight, and then you see tomorrow night as well. There's a whole host of games, and then Thursday there's 3. It's pretty cool how they do it, where it's kind of spread out over 3 days. The Champions League. Really, it's just Tuesday and Wednesday with all the other 2 European competitions on Thursday. You're getting a little bit, if you remember last time they played, we're getting some of these crazy -500, -430s, and you're not really getting that this time out. You got let's make this a little smaller here. First game of Estudiantes against Bragantino. Bragantino right now, Estudiantes is on 10 points, 3 wins and a draw, and Bragantino is second, 5 points. Nacional is third points, and Velez Sarsfield is fourth. So Velez Sarsfield and Nacional. You see you're playing here. So Bragantino or Estudiantes, you see it plus 300. Bragantino minus 106. Estudiantes can basically lock up qualification here. top two go. And Estudiantes see what they did last time in this game. That was the draw, match day 2 of 6. Sorry, that was Nacional. Estudiantes won 2-0 on April 26th. So you're getting a team here, Estudiantes, who has scored 7 goals, allowed 1 goal in 4 games. Estudiantes has allowed 1 goal in 4 games. All right, so far, plus 6 goal difference. Bragantino is 5 goals for, 5 goals against. And you're getting them at plus 300 on the road with a chance to lock up qualification. And you see here, double chance, minus 117. They're unbeaten. That's a pretty decent bet, I think, for players. If you actually want to, this might be a chance for me. Here I might take a chance on the money line at plus 300, and then maybe let's see if we can do this. Minus 0.75 plus 440. Oh. The only thing that's different there is if, minus 1 plus 800. Oof, man. If we're giving up 1 goal, minus 1 plus 800 on the Asian handicap. Listen, if they win the game by 1, you push. Here you bet them on the money line. Obviously it's plus 300. They win the game here by 2 goals, you're making plus 800. Minus 1.25 plus 900. 2-0 win the first time. 1 goal allowed. To me, when you're trying to find, look, I always talk about this. I'm not a real big underdog player, but there's going to be certain spots you're going to have to pick. 70th minute. Certain spots you're going to have to pick. Liverpool is up 2-1, by the way. Joel Matip. 1 more goal will go over 2.5. Certain spots to pick where you can say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance on an underdog. I'm going to take a chance on a big money line. Here, Caracas FC against the strongest. Both on 5 points coming into it. The strongest has a little bit better goal difference. Libertad is on 7 points. This group is really tough. Probably stay away from that game, to be honest. If I'm looking at a game from the early 6:15s, let me see what Penarol is. I think I would probably have to target that. See, Penarol is. This game is interesting. Penarol Montevideo is plus 118 at home, right? They're 1-0-3 in this tournament with a minus 2 goal difference, 3 points. Cerro Porteño, 7 points, and has a chance. If Olympia loses and Porteño wins, they lock up qualification. So that's interesting. Let's see what double chance is. Minus 148. It's a little bit high for me, to be honest. Might take a chance. Let me just see something on this. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. That's a plus 3,200 parlay. That's with the Red Bulls money line and the Union money line. Let me take out the Red Bulls. Plus 2,000, 20-1. Oof. Just those 2 games is almost 14-1. Man, there's a chance to make some money tomorrow in this games. It's pretty interesting. And if you're going to do it, make sure You do it using your Caesars promotion, $1,100 first time wager insurance. Get it back in the form of free bet. If you lose, you must use our promo code ATSWINSCZR. Links are in the show box below, and make sure you're watching all their shows. Ring the bell, subscribe, ring the bell, and listen to me on Thursday nights. All right, so interesting. You can get some decent value with some of those games, underdog plays. In the late games, obviously Flamengo is a huge favorite. Flamengo has 10 points, 3 wins, 1 draw. And they play in Catalica. Catalica has 4 points. Flamengo, heavy favorites here. Gotta lay it, decent number there. And those other games are tough, really. Sporting Cristal, 1 point against Talares. Talares is on 7 points. Sporting Cristal is on 1 point. Let me see what they did last time. Played on match day 2. Oh, match day 1. Talares won 1-0. No, that was against Catalica. Talares won 1-0 on April 26th. It's not a bad play either. All underdogs plus 4,000. Oof. That may be one of these ones where maybe you do a round robin play. If you're not sure what a round robin play is, please just ask. Excuse me. Ask in the comments, and I'll kind of explain it to you. Maybe you could win a little money doing that. Oh, we got a goal. Sheffield United. And there's limbs all over the place. Oh, LJ's here.
Hi.
The people said, what happened to the Sixers?
Oh.
Don't curse, though. I know you were mad the other day.
I couldn't fall asleep.
You couldn't fall asleep?
Yeah.
It's a tough break, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Miami's still going to lose.
I think the Celtics are going to win as well.
Yeah.
I like the Celtics in that game.
Oh, do you want to see it?
Okay, so the Copa, Sheffield United scored. I think it was John Fleck that put it in, so that's 2-1. So the keeper, I don't know what the keeper was doing. He tried to bend down and touch the ball. So now we're headed to extra time. If no one scores in the next 15 minutes in that game, could be a live play option. But the over 1.5 on them hits at plus 163, I think it was. So pretty interesting kind of play there.
Who said what happened with the Sixers? Who said that?
He said it the other day.
Who said it?
He's not here.
Who said it, though? Who said it? Wait, are you off?
No.
Oh. Who said it, though?
Bill. I'll tell him you said hi.
Bill who?
All right. So
Bill who?
Bill McDonald. He's not on today.
Bill
So we got Copa
Boo.
Sudamericana. So he's going to go out and practice. We'll see the soccer. See the soccer pitch out here. We got a soccer pitch in the backyard.
Yeah.
We won't mess around.
He will smack that booty.
We are big into the soccer here. We got a pitch in the backyard. We're trying to get a turf there so we could train all year round. That's the next project. All right. So Copa Sudamericana, there's some interesting games as well tomorrow. There's 3 at 6:15 and Eastern time and 3 at 8:30, including my favorite club, Nueve de October FC. So right now in the standings, Banfield will play Universidad Católica. Banfield right now is at 3 points. Católica is at 4 points. but Banfield did win their last match. So that group is pretty open. It looks like Union La Calera and Santos will qualify out of that group, but those two teams play this week. So if Universidad or Banfield win this game, it could prove to be big. You see Sierra at minus 2,500. Sierra is 4-0. They've allowed one goal, plus 8 goal difference. Independiente is in that group as well. You see Independiente. See Sierra is playing. Hey, thanks. You're welcome. Sierra is playing Club General Caballero. And that team has a minus 8 goal difference and 1 point. Now, I think when we go see this, the reason that their goal difference is so bad is because Sierra probably thumped them in the first time they played. No, it's 2-0 and with the red card. How about this? Man, you want to see a stat. In the last 5, 6, 7, 8. One, two, three, four. In 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 7 matches from April 5th until April 30th. So basically every match in May, there were 7 red cards in Sierra's games. Sierra got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and the other team got 3 of them. And 2 of them, so in 2 of the first 4 matches in this competition, Sierra got a red card. Now I'm going to go look for that right away. I see red cards sticking out. I'm going to kind of go look for that, see if they have a game prop for it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Here they don't. I might go hunting for that somewhere, though. If I can find it on an app somewhere, I might go hunting and say, listen, they get a lot of red cards. I may try to find that. So obviously, you're getting no value betting that game unless you do -2, -315. You put them in, and maybe you put it in a parlay. You might be able to do that, but there's different ways to win that game. Excuse me. I think you can. I might put some money on a red card. They get these in wins too. Every time Sierra got a red card in April, they won the match. 2-1, 3-2 against Palmeiras, 2-1 against Independiente, 2-1 against Tombense, and 2-1 against General Caballero. So they won 2-0 with that red card. So that's interesting to me. Nueva de Octubre. See which group that is. They're in last, but this group is tough. Garena is in first, 1 win, 3 draws. So the top 2 teams have 1 win and 3 draws. The bottom 2 teams have 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses. So I'm probably going to stay away from those games, to be honest with you. Atletico, go 9 points. LDU Quito is on 9 points in that same group. Antofagasta is on 3 points, the -6 goal difference. That's a game I will be targeting right away here. This is definitely worth targeting. These are all tonight, by the way. These games are all tonight. Usually it's tomorrow. Remember, these games are out tonight. Maybe here on minus 1.25. Maybe on minus 1.5. You could target that. So remember, the MLS games are tomorrow night. Now, and these games for this Copa Sudamericana and Copa Libertadores are tonight. There'll also be some games tomorrow. So we're about 10 minutes from extra time in that game. And that's going to be pretty interesting to watch. Some futures for Copa Sudamericana. Sao Paulo right now is plus 550. Remember, standings. Sao Paulo has 10 points in their group. They're favored. But, this is some, you get some decent odds here. But you got to worry about the other clubs coming in. You're going to get value no matter when you bet that. So it's almost worth waiting. Some of the trying to bet this. Try to find the futures. When you start looking down the line at some of these, let's look at Copa Libertadores. Just want to look at the futures. Here we go. So, top goal scorer here, Salah is minus 200. Let's see if that game is final. That's final. So they're still in it. So he still may play in that game this week. Relegation markets, I think, are interesting. Right now, this, to me, who is currently in 18th place? Do you know? It's not Leeds. It's Burnley. Burnley at plus 165. Burnley has 2 matches left, right? Against Aston Villa and Newcastle United, who just beat Arsenal, right? They're a point behind. They already lost Aston Villa last week. I still think they get a point somewhere, and they just need a point. And Leeds plays Brentford next week. Not a horrible game. Oh, Brentford's had a pretty good season. They're in 11th place. They stayed up, but Burnley's decent value. I can't. I was actually thinking Burnley would be minus money or something like that. I don't even know here. Arsenal to finish top 4, yes, plus 1,400. No, minus 3,335. Arsenal blew it. Burnley to be relegated, you already saw that. No, minus 225. That's telling me something right there. No is plus 100. I wish I could see right here. They have Holland already being the guy. He's going to be injured half the season. Trust me. I wish I could kind of see this Newcastle next year. I think Newcastle makes it into Europe next year. That's just me. I think they're going to be the team. I think they're going to be the team that comes out of this, and they're going to pass Arsenal, and they're going to pass, some of these teams. I don't want to say Manchester United yet, We'll see how they do this summer. This rebuild is massive. You don't have time anymore. You don't have time. These teams are getting bought by billionaires, and there's too much money in the Premier League, and you don't have time to waste kind of blowing seasons. You got to just take care of business when you can. So we're about 3 minutes and then probably a little bit of injury time there. Oh, Sheffield United is dominating right now. Offsides though. It's tough. These teams, I've said it 1,000 times. Not the teams that finish the season that are in the playoffs, what's in drop down, they struggle. I thought Forest was going to win this game. I really did. I think they're the better team, but they're getting outplayed right now. They're getting played off the pitch. Could they score? Huddersfield scored late to go through. So, and then, they have all of extra time and penalties if it gets there. So, all right. So, remember, you can listen to me Fridays at midnight, 98.7 ESPN New York, no matter where you are in the world on TuneIn Radio app. Free in the App Store and Google Play Store. All right. Thought there was going to be a little goal there. Remember the Caesars promotion, $1,100 first bet insurance. Use first-time wager up to $1,100. Get it back in the form of a free bet if you lose. You must use our promo code HSWINSCZR. There's going to be a lot of programming. It says 6 hours. You're going to get some bonus this week. You're going to have Midday Money, Sean Higgs, noon, Morning Wood, Allie Burns, 1 to 2, Just Parlays with Chris King, 2 to 3, Back to the Window, Scott and Scott, 3 to 4, me, Game Time Decisions, Nick, Tim, and Lenny. But we're going to have the Formula One show this week. We got Total Chaos. I was on that last week. It was really cool. We did the soccer games. We're going to do the games for Sunday games, which is cool because all the Premier League games are on Sunday again. And then it slows down, You got the Europa Conference League final next Wednesday. You got the Champions League final. And then usually we'd be gearing up for an awesome summer of World Cup action, but they had to give it to a country that can't be played in the summer because it's 130 degrees in the summertime. It's crazy. And then because they gave it to a country that's 130 degrees in the summertime, all the people that got it, that did the thing, they're all in jail. Craziness. He took the double chance. Jim Bob took the double chance. Sheffield United winner draw. Yeah, the value was there. I just thought this game was going to be pretty even. So, I think you take, if you think Forest is going to win, you take them. There's no value on taking Forest and the draw and the money line at that price. But, for Sheffield United and then, over 1.5 goals paid a little bit as well. And then, you have a chance right now. It's going to extra time. So you have a chance to live bet this game in the extra time. Nottingham Forest has to, see what happens here. See if they can recoup. But, there's going to be at least another 30 minutes. So, do they end up trying to sit back? Do they play cagey or do they try to go for it? The next goal, you can win that. Yeah, both teams are scoring the Liverpool game. As soon as I saw that lineup, I just figured Southampton was going to probably get something. Liverpool got they did enough to win. Last chance. James Garner almost scored with the last. They got a corner here. That would have been crazy if United player would have scored. I would have been out of my seat. Looked like it was going in too. It got headed away. Garner almost scored there. Man, what a player he is. He's going to be a beast for United. It's cleared out, and we go to extra time in the championship playoff. All right, so we'll see you back here tomorrow. Hopefully, we have our special guest. Friday, we'll have Kaepernick on talking about a little MLS, and Tony Cobb's talking a little something, and maybe some MLS or maybe some games there, and then we'll have the Total Chaos that night. We're gonna have a guest on, and then trying to work on getting a little journalist on here. So what we're gonna try to do is have a different guest on each day, so you can hear this person talk about something on Tuesdays, this person talk about the MLS on Wednesdays, however it is. So you don't have to listen to me talk the whole time. Even though I'm, sure you want to. All right. We will see you tomorrow.